Good afternoon, YouTube. How y'all doing today? Today is Sunday. I'm out here in Montgomery, New York. Yeah, I'm out here in Montgomery, New York, and I'm up here at the TA truck stop just chilling. Ain't nothing to do. My job usually keep me running, but somehow my day wasn't going good since Wednesday. My day was not going good since Wednesday. So, all right, let me tell y'all what happened. So, I'm out here, where I was at? Kingston, North Carolina. I'm at Sanderson Chicken Coop Plant. I call it the Coop Plant because all they got nothing but chicken. Cooper Plant. So, let me take this mic off. So, I'm up there at the plant, and probably gonna hear some noise. I got windows, I got trucks, and everything else and stuff. So, got a truck coming. These too loud, Western Express. So, okay. I was picking up Sanderson chicken on Thursday, but I got up there at the place early on Wednesday night because I see that there was an overnight stay over there, overnight parking. So I'm like, all right, cool, bet. So I went up there around 9 something in the morning, around 9 something at night. Got up there, shut down, gave them the empty trailer. And once I gave them the empty trailer, I shut it. I played on my phone for maybe like an hour or two, 2 or 3 hours, and boom, that was it. I could have played my game, but didn't feel like it. So I end up went to bed, woke up in the morning. I made a mistake and called them, cause I thought the load was gonna be ready in the morning. Apparently, no, it was not ready in the morning. They said that load was not gonna be ready until Thursday night. I was like, what the hell? I was like, okay, then bump it. Sat there, drove all the way to the truck stop, took a shower, went to Whole Foods store, give me some food and stuff. Drove back to the Sanderson chicken place, shut down and waited till time for me to pick up this load, shut down, took me a Tylenol PM and went to sleep. And boom, that was it. I woke up around 1 o'clock a.m. Called them and checked to see was the load ready. The load was supposed to be ready at 11:30. Load was not ready at 1. Around 3 o'clock in the morning, that's when they came and knocked on my door. Told me that load is ready. Did not feel like getting up. Y'all should have just wake me up around 5 or something like that. So that was a good, perfect timing. So I wake up. I'm gonna show you all of this first. All these scale tickets from a truck stop. So I got the load, went to go, I'm like, all right, cool, the load is ready. Grabbed the paperwork, and took off. Tried to look for a truck stop, couldn't find no truck stop. So I found a little rinky-dinky truck stop with a weight scale. Went to the weight scale, weighed out my load. I was 43,000 pounds on my trailer axle. I said, what in the world? I'm like, something ain't right here. I check all the tires to check and see was it flat. Any tire was flat. No tire was flat. So I'm like, all right. So I got on the scale again, put my channels back and forth, got on the scale again. It was 41,000 pounds on my trailer axle. I said, what the hell is going on? It was 41,000. Then on my front drop, on my steer tire, it was 13,000 pounds. I said, what? I'm like, oh hell no, something ain't right here. So I go to get his scale out. Now it jumped from 14 to 29 something, and this mother was 39,000 pounds. I said, what on my? It was 39,000 pounds on my trailer axle. I was like, what in the world is going on here? Something ain't right. I tried everything. Even I put it at the 40 mark. The 40 mark is the safe mark. So that was exactly what I did. So I'm like, all right. I called dispatcher, like, hey, we got a big ass problem. They're like, what problem is that? They overweight. I'm overweight on my trailer axle. They're like, you overweight on your trailer axle? Like, yeah. I done it 3 times. I put it on the scale 3 times. I'm overweight. And I gave them the scale number. I'm like, I'm 41,000 pounds, 43,000 pounds, and I'm 39,000 pounds. They're like, for real? They're like, yes. So they told me, like, all right, we're gonna make this a notice, and once you head back to the place, and that's exactly what I did. So I went back to the place, told them, like, hey, I'm overloaded, man. Not overloaded, overweight. They're like, you overweight? I'm like, yeah, y'all put too much goddamn chicken in the back of the in front of the goddamn trailer on my trailer axle. I'm not on my trailer. Yeah, on my trailer axle. Like, oh, we sorry, man. Whoever y'all do, oh, man, y'all all need to be fired. Y'all don't need to be working there. Get the hell up out of there. All of y'all, get up out of there. So, look, they just pretty much just start laughing. I stayed there for 7 hours. 7 hours. I said, well, there go my road hours. 7 hours gone. And once my road hours, 7 hours gone, that pretty much was it. And then from there, I had to go to the TA truck stop, 30 miles out. Went there, weighed out the scale. I done that 3 times. I was still kind of overweight, but I got it at the right number. Like, whew, thank you, Jesus. But I had to ride it all the way through, from Kingston all the way out to Chester, New York. Good thing all the weight scale was closed. Good thing all the weight scale was closed on the weekend. Thank you, Jesus. From North Carolina, from Virginia to all of it was closed. I'm glad. Thank you, Jesus. So, like I'm sitting here at the TA, just pretty much just sitting right now. And then now, when I went to go deliver the load yesterday, I got 55 damaged product on the damn trailer right now. 55 cases. I called dispatcher, called OS&D, like, hey, I got a problem here. I got 50 cases over here damaged. Now they trying to get a response that you can see what they're going to say. They're going to tell me to bring the stuff back to them, or I'm going to have to T-call it with another driver, or they're probably going to tell me to throw it all in the garbage. Because that's more money they're throwing away. Like, you better charge that company more money now. You better charge that company money and charge the other company money, because both of them was all messed up. Because that don't make no sense. You throwing good, you got good ass chicken, and you're not taking the damaged product, but the box is damaged, but not inside of the chicken. It's not damaged. What type of sense do that make? I'm like, oh, man, y'all messed up. Just like I got a box of candy or Jolly Ranchers right here. The box is damaged, but the candy is not messed up. Sure, I might as well throw them in the garbage. Good, perfect candy. You know what? Bump that. You know what I'm gonna do? Halloween coming up. And I sell it to kids and stuff. So, like, comment, subscribe, hit that post notification. I'll come back and make another video. I gotta wait for this camera to cool off. I'll tell you about my truck accident. Peace. Alright, I'm back. It's kind of cool off a little bit, so. Alright, back in 2013, I was doing security and worked for a small truck company out there in Houston, Texas, and I was like doing security in the afternoon, around 12 to 10, around 12 to 8 or 12 to 9. I was working for a small truck company, working from 5 a.m. till I actually get finished, because all I had to do is go to Beaumont, deliver to like Ross, Guitar Center and some other places and stuff, and I get done real quick and everything, and boom, that was it. So, yeah, so during that time when I was working, I was doing security, and I always looking at jobs, always looking at jobs. I'm always looking at jobs because I always want to, you know, make the money that I want to make and stuff, you know, make more money. So I seen this ad that I seen on Indeed for a trucker job, but I never took a look at it. I never did took a look at the name of it. So I went to go home. Once I went home and applied for the job. And once I applied for the job, I guess the Monday they gave me a call, told me to come in for the interview, got the job. But at first when they called my phone, I'm like, what type of position is this? I understand it was a trucker position, but they was like, what type of call is this? What's the name of the company? O'Reilly's. I'm like, what's O'Reilly's? The auto part play? I'm like, never paid no attention to that O'Reilly store. Never. And all that time since I've been going up in there, I like, yeah, it is O'Reilly. So, got the job working for O'Reilly's and started in 2013. I worked from there all the way till September. First, I thought at the store, pretty much just chilling. I'm gonna say I started my day. I had to go in around 7 or 8 o'clock. Low was ready going to this place, going to Houston, this place, that place. Then after that, I had to drive from there to Brenham, Texas. That was the store I was at. And when I was at Brenham, Texas, people was getting together. I was watching them while I was delivering the stuff, put them inside the store. I've done that, and then from there, I on my way to St. Joseph, if I'm not mistaken. So I ended up left from the store, made a stop at the light, made a right, went straight down. Once I went straight down, I looked down the road. I seen the truck, seen where it was coming from, and this road that I was on at nighttime, nobody do not like driving at night on this type of road, because a lot of stuff come out of nowhere. You got animals come out, deers come out, cars come out of nowhere. You come up to a car, all of a sudden there's a flip right there. There's a car that already flipped, or you might see a dead body right there. What in the world? There's a bunch of stuff I be hearing about over there on that road. So left from that store, saw a truck right down the road. He was on his way this way. I was about to get on the freeway to go to St. Joseph. So that happened. Got on the road. Me and him were like this. Damn skunkers out there blowing up my goddamn, what it called? I gotta turn on the truck. Truck is already on. I gotta turn on the back thing back there. Plus a fly trying to get in my truck too. Hold on. All right. Truck is on. They go creek driver, just coming in. I don't know if he's gonna stop coming in or he's gonna get some fuel or what. Look like he's about to stop. Nope, he's going. So, hop on the road with the same driver was on. It was a 2-lane road. Like I said, me and him was like this, and I ain't like that. So I ended up like slow down, pull over on the side of the road. I wait about a good 10 minutes. Let him go on his merry way. Let the truck driver go on his merry way. And then once I was looking around. This road is extremely quiet, very quiet, like a ghost town. I'm streaming ghost town, or it sounds like the whole world is all deceased and there's nobody on the work. It's like you on the earth all by yourself and nobody ain't there. That's how quiet it is on that road. So started driving, then I waited then I started driving for like 5 minutes, and I pull over for another 10 minutes. Once I pull over for another 10 minutes, started playing on my phone. Both times I started playing on my phone for the past 10 minutes. Started playing on my phone, and I'm like, all right, shoot, let me try to get up, get ready to go deliver the stuff. I started driving. Everything was all good. I can't wait when I get it done, go home and play. Because my first thing was about to go home and play my game. That's my first thing. Or no, was it? It was for me to go home. Like when I told myself I was gonna go home and get ready to watch some type of show I was gonna watch, or I was gonna be off that day, the next day or something like that. Something I was gonna watch. And somehow, pretty much that's what happened. So when I was I started driving maybe like 30, 40 minutes. And I don't know what happened. I don't know how long I've been driving. How long I was driving during that time. Started driving. Somehow, the only thing I seen was the red right reflector tape. That's the only thing I seen. Just a red right reflector, silver piece, and a red right reflector tape on the trailer. But the dude had a flatbed trailer. He had a flatbed. He had a maroon truck. He had a purple maroon truck. He had black steel pipe, and it was on the flatbed. Because at first I remember, I was like, what is that on this trailer? I couldn't see it worth for nothing because it was blending in the dark. Until my headlight actually shone it. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's this, that black pipes. That was at first that time when I saw her for the first time when I got on the freeway. That happened, pretty much that was it. The only thing, like I said, the only thing I seen was the red right reflector tape. When I saw that, how close I was, where that truck, where them trailers at. That's how close I was. But during that, I like, okay, like, here I go. Steering wheel. I had my hand on the steering wheel, and when I saw the super piece and red reflector tape, I think it was maybe a little bit closer than that. And when I saw that, I was like, oh. When I did that, I was like, oh. When I was driving, like, oh. And when I did that, I put my foot on the clutch and brake and kind of veer off just a little bit, but it was too late. It was too late. When I mean it was too late, it was too late. When I did that, like, God. All right, when I did that, put my foot on the clutch and brake at the same time, I blacked out. It was too late. When I did that, it was blacked out. I was like, it was too late. It was blacked out. I woke up. I don't know how long I was out, but I woke up and I'm looking around. Let me tell you about the steering wheel in a minute. I was looking around. First I was like this. And I end up look up and I look around, I was like, I see the paramedics and the police officer just having a normal conversation right there. I look over there, I see people over there. I see this Caucasian guy, this, excuse me, white guy. He was like this. He was like that, but he was next to a female. And I'm pretty much like looking around. I see more people and everything. I see my trailer. I look over this way. I see my trailer. I pretty much just go like this. Look around. Smell diesel. I smell antifreeze. I look around. I see glass all over the place. I see the windshield into a million pieces. And the door was pushed this way, and right here on the side, I was driving a day cab during that time. I was driving a day cab. But right here, it was pushed this way because of the trailer. The trailer was behind me, it jackknife all the way from over here. Because when I look, this window, remind you of this window. I'm going to remind this. Keep this window in mind. This window was shattered to 1,000 pieces. Trailer was way over here. And I look, and then from there, the steering wheel. The whole steering wheel was on my lap. It was on my thigh. It was on my lap. It was like this. It was on my lap just like this. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm gonna let y'all see it. It was on my thigh just like this. But it was already in the locking position. And I was trying to pull it up, try to get it off my leg and everything. And that's when I ended up like pretty much trying to figure out what I'm gonna end up have to do. And I ended up took the seat. The seat was up, and that's when I ended up putting the seat down to get it off just a little bit. But still, could I still put the steering wheel off? No, the steering wheel could not go up anymore. So I could tell, you know, basically I T-boned the driver because the driver made I'll tell you about that. The steering wheel was off. Pretty much, you know, what happened was that I was trying to figure out why my left leg was so heavy. And you know, but I was like looking around, and I see blood scratches and stuff on my arm, and I'm like, where are these scratches coming from? And I like, no, like, okay then. And I end up putting the windshield out the window. I pushed the windshield out. Nobody did not hear that. Nobody did not hear the windshield pushing out. And that happened. And I'm like I said, I was like looking around. I see blood on my shirt. And when I see blood on my shirt and everything, I'm trying to figure out where the blood was coming from. Looking around on my arms and stuff. They see nothing. So I felt a drop right here. Felt a drop. And when I felt the drop, I was like, it dropped from like right here. And I look up, and I took my hand, and I went like this. Two of these fingers went through the wound, went like this. Went through the wound. The wound was wide open like this. Went big and wide open. Big and wide open. So I went there and I like wiped the blood on my shirt and tried to get over here to the passenger side, but I was trying to figure out why my left leg was so heavy. And I like, man, I don't know. And when I tried to get over there to the passenger seat, that's when I felt this sharp pain coming out of my left leg. And when I felt that sharp pain, I was like, ah! And that's when they heard me. The paramedics and the firefighter, they heard me. They climbed, you know, they went, whatever they did, they climbed on top of the water car. One guy climbed through the windshield, just grabbed my face and say this, just to let you know, you was in a real bad truck accident. Yeah, I know. Hurry up, get me up out of here. And they did all that. I heard a helicopter come across my head. And I'm like, what in the world? And like I said, I heard a helicopter come across my head. When I heard a helicopter, that's when y'all check this picture out. Show y'all that. And when I heard a helicopter, they put a backboard right there. They put a neck brace on me. Then what they had to do? They try to use the jaws of life to try to cut up under the steering wheel. They couldn't cut under the steering wheel, so they cut these off on the steering wheel. They cut these off down here. That ain't, that pretty much kind of cut it off and worked. Then they had to cut the roof off. They had to cut this off, the roof off on the truck. Not the whole full truck. It was a day cab truck. So they had to cut the whole roof off on the day cab. Check out the picture when I show y'all. Cut the whole roof off. Pretty much kept on hearing the little sawzall thing going. It just cut it off and everything. And they tried to lift me up, but they used a towing thing to try to pull the steering wheel off. They used the towing thing off of towing, and that did not work. So they tried to use the towing boom arm and try to pull the steering wheel up, and that did not work because the steering wheel column was like totally damaged. It could not move worth nothing because I T-boned the driver and pretty much damaged the whole thing. Damaged that, the trailer, the truck, engine, everything, all of it. Even my boss told me about the electronic box. It'll tell them like how long I've been driving, how many times I hit my brakes, what happened. That pretty much was damaged. They couldn't get no data off of that. So they lift me up and put me on the gurney and everything. Trooper asked me what happened. I said the truck came out of nowhere. I don't know what happened. All I saw was a Supreme red light reflector tape. Truck came out of nowhere, and I was worried about my stuff in the truck. And I said, can y'all grab my stuff out of the truck and everything? Like, yeah. And Trooper like, don't worry, we'll grab everything out of there and all that other stuff. It'll be there at the hospital with you. So that happened. All of a sudden, they put me on the helicopter, put me on and everything. First time I ever rolled a helicopter. Roller helicopters and smooth. That was a smooth flight though. That was a smooth flight. And copter girl said, "Don't fall asleep. Don't fall asleep." I was tired and sleepy. I won't say tired. I was sleepy, and cause I guess I was what's that called? I can't get that word out of my mouth. Shock. I was very shocked. That's the word. I was very in shock, and didn't felt no pain, didn't felt nothing, just this. Up here, I ain't felt that until like after the surgery. So they took me to the hospital. Same trooper came. He asked me the same question again, and I told him. Truck came out of nowhere, said blah blah blah. That was it. And when that happened, that was it. I was at the hospital, still on the gurney. They tried to put me on the bed. And I'm like, don't touch me. I don't want y'all to touch me. I'll get on the bed myself. And I was worried about this pain on my left leg. And that kept on hurting so much. And they're like, it kept on saying it like 3 times. They like, you keep on doing this, you're going to hurt yourself. You're going to hurt yourself even more. So they like, let her do her job. I'm like, all right. They put me up, lift me up and put me on the bed. It was hurting so bad. So like, all right, we're gonna get you some pain. We're gonna check cavity, check everything out, MRI, KRA, all that stuff. And then they ended up took a picture of the wound because I saw them did everything. I saw them took a picture of the wound, with a camera, like chink, and X-ray it, and they did everything. And they're like, all right, we're gonna get you something for your pain. That did not work at all. I was still in pain. They gave me whatever called morphine, whatever. I was still in pain. Still in freaking pain. That happened. They're like, all right, we're going to get you prepped for surgery. You got laceration across here. You got a broken skull, broken jaw, and a broken femur, broken in 3 places. They're like, we may have to cut off your, you bet not cut. I ain't say that. I said, don't cut off my leg. I need my leg. Like, do what y'all gotta do. Don't cut off my leg. And they're like, all right, we'll see what we can do. But if we got to cut it off, we're gonna have to we'll cut it off. Like, don't cut off my leg. I need my leg. So, got me in for surgery. They knocked me out. Well, they told me to count to 10. And I counted 10. And all of a sudden, I like woke up. Somebody calling my name, Dwayne. 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 I'm like, But it was the nurse lady. I'm like, you calling my name? She's like, yeah. I'm like, oh. All right. And they kept us. They had me in a different room at first. And when they had me in a different room, then they switched to another room. And that room was somebody else, and then they switched me to another room. And then after that, that's when I seen my supervisor, my boss. They came. Well, at first when they came in, I was pretty much just looking out the window. I was next to the window. I was looking out the window. I looked to my left. I see my boss and my the DC manager and the boss. And I seen that. I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, man, I'm about to lose my damn job. And all of a sudden, it's like it was going slowly. And when I look again, oh crap, they coming by. I look out the window again. And I seen they right there. They're like, hey Wayne, how you doing? I'm like, all right, man. Cause I'm gonna lose my job. No, you ain't gonna lose your job. It wasn't your fault. But the driver that caused the accident, he had a flatbed with black steel pipe. There was a 2-lane road. I was in the right lane. He was in the left lane. He made a left-hand turn. He made a right-hand turn from the left lane onto another 2-lane road. That's what the report said. And I'm like, why you want to make it like onto another 2-lane road? You could have made that. Could have made whatever. However it go. I don't know. That was his decision. So, but he's in flatbed, and the tractor blocked up the two lanes. Block up the left lane and the right lane, and that's how I end up T-bone the driver. So hospital for like a week, and rehab for like 2 months, 2.5 months. And that's when they tell me like, all right, you finally get to go home now. I'm like, finally, but this doctor's like, we're gonna keep you in for another 2 weeks. I'm like, another 2? Man, I'm ready to go home. He was making me mad. He was pissing me off. So, I mean, they did a good job. I had to go to rehab, rehabilitation center, you know, to get my leg back working, to get back, get back walking regularly, and everything else and stuff. I'm gonna show y'all the pictures and everything else and stuff. So, if you have any questions, feel like it, like, comment, subscribe. Also, I forgot to give y'all a little message. All right, I got me another YouTube page. This page right here is gonna be my gaming page. Just gonna be definitely my gaming page. On my other new YouTube page, that could be my trucking vlog and other things that I'm gonna end up doing on that page. And also I'm gonna be doing YouTube shorts on there too. So if you're into gaming, follow me on this page. If you're into like trucking and other things that I'm gonna end up doing, I already know I'm not gonna tell y'all what I'm gonna end up doing, but y'all gonna see me doing trucks, and then y'all gonna see some other videos I'm gonna do on the other page. I will tell y'all, this Trucker Wayne, the road warrior. I've been in the truck industry since 2006 and still a driver all the way till now. I got I got some stories to say. To tell y'all pretty much what happened to me when I've been driving trucks and everything. So this is gonna be my gaming page, and my other page gonna be DJ. And my other page gonna be Trucker Wayne, the road warrior. Cause I am a warrior. So like, comment, subscribe.